Smurfing is a popular term in video game culture, describing a highly skilled player who creates an alternate account in order to play against inferior competition. To put this into hockey terms, imagine the Vancouver Canucks send Elias Pettersson to the AHL. Pettersson is obviously way too good for this league and would absolutely dominate it.
And here's Pettersson, score!
In this example, Elias Pettersson would be smurfing. Smurfing is also used to describe competitive dominance, even when players are of equal levels. A player could be so good that, even at the highest level of competition, they make it look like they are smurfing.
Gateway trying to split the defense. McDavid, what a play! What a goal!
Let's get going.
Rather than show the ways he makes the world's best look like your Uncle Ron in his Sunday beer league game, I think the more important question is, how do you stop Connor McDavid? To stop McDavid, you're going to need a talented crew and a well-devised plan. This is going to be a full 200-foot job defending McDavid. It doesn't just begin and end in the defensive zone. In order to truly suffocate McDavid's offensive output, we need a game plan that spans all three zones. So let's start in the offensive end. You'll have heard this phrase a lot if you listen to some of the most recent Toronto Maple Leafs post-games when asked about defending Connor McDavid. What the Leafs forwards were focused on was making sure that they stayed above McDavid at all times. To borrow a term from soccer, they wanted to stay goal side of McDavid. That means keeping themselves in between McDavid and their own net, hustling on the back check through the neutral zone to maintain this positioning. Getting into the video, the high forward in the offensive zone is pivotal. When the puck is turned over and McDavid's Oilers regain the puck, watch what Toronto's F3 does in many of the sequences. Per Engvall is Toronto's high forward in this play, and he immediately sprints back to the blue line as soon as McDavid collects the puck. There's no hesitation or indecision. He doesn't get caught flat-footed or in no man's land. Instead, he's back in the neutral zone with his two defensemen and is staying goal side of McDavid, forcing him to peel off and regroup. This was commonplace the entire three-game series. Here, Mitch Marner, rather than getting stuck in, backs off into the neutral zone, conceding the zone exit. However, because he is in position to angle off the oncoming attack, he works with TJ Brodie to deny Kyler Yamamoto an entry. One more Marner play here, we see him hustle all the way over to the strong side to take away McDavid's passing lane through the dotted line. It's efforts like these that make it hard for McDavid to bring the puck up through the neutral zone with speed or options. When the puck did change possession in the offensive zone, the Toronto Maple Leafs made sure that at least one forward was in position, staying high and keeping themselves between McDavid and their goal. They cut their losses after a turnover, and focused on stopping the Oilers' counterattack. Marner, Engvall, and the rest of the Leafs did fantastic jobs at staying on top of McDavid the entire series. So much of McDavid's lethality is created by his speed through the neutral zone. Allowing him to build up speed it's the kiss of death for any defense, so it's paramount that we try to neutralize it at all times. Staying above him helps, especially if you are bumping and knocking into him to throw him off of his stride, but hockey is a team sport. It's going to take all 5 players to contain his speed. What you need is an effective neutral zone forecheck that will take away his skating lanes and slow him down at the blue line. Thankfully, I know just the architect who can help us with this.
So stopping Connor McDavid really is a very unique challenge for an NHL defense. Typically, teams will employ a 1-2-2 neutral zone forecheck that allows them to force turnovers higher up ice. But against McDavid, perhaps it is worth trying out the 1-1-3. Now, the difference between the 1-1-3 and a traditional neutral zone forecheck is that the third forward is coming back very early to match speeds and also to create a 2-on-1 on McDavid when he attempts his own entry.
So what does the 1-1-3 look like in action? Step 1 lends itself strongly to this formation, as often the high forward that comes back into the neutral zone transitions into the third D. Here we see Marner staying high and supporting 2 Leafs defensemen at the red line, Because Marner is taking away the middle of the ice, it allows Jake Muzzin and Justin Holl to stand their ground at the red line and make the stop. It hedges the risk of a breakaway if they both fail to stop the puck because Marner is in position as the last man back. The 1-1-3's strength lies in its ability to stand up at the lines and force dump-ins, perfect for taking away one of McDavid's most lethal weapons. Just watch how effective it is in these next two clips. This is a great angle showing how little McDavid has to work with. 3 defenders wide at the blue line and the other 2 forwards are right on him as well. McDavid has no choice but to dump this puck in. This time Austin Matthews is the third player defending the line, and look at just how hard Mitch Marner is hounding McDavid on the backcheck. Once again, Edmonton 97 has to flip the puck in and chase after it. But this is Connor McDavid we're talking about. He's going to find a way to break in with control eventually. And when that does happen, having a third player back often saves a high quality chance. On a turnover in the neutral zone, McDavid has one of his better chances of the series, coming in against Bogosian and Dermott. Zach Bogosian does a good job to stay in front of McDavid, and Zach Hyman makes a crucial stick lift to thwart McDavid from getting a shot on goal. So what happens when McDavid does have the puck in your zone? Because it's not a question of if, but when. Dread it, run from it, McDavid having the puck in your zone arrives all the same. We're in the endgame now. And this is where team defense needs to be operating at a superhero level. There's really no secret formula here other than to work harder than McDavid and execute. That means winning puck battles along the boards, communicating with one another, and executing on breakouts. By properly managing the puck from turnovers and battling to keep his line outside the dotted lines, your goal is to limit his offensive puck touches as much as possible. And if you get a chance to win a 50-50 battle for the puck and exit your zone, you better win that battle. Because if you don't, McDavid will find a way to make you pay. I thought this was a great defensive effort from Travis Dermott. He eyes a loose puck behind the net and wins a foot race against McDavid to be the first man on the puck. He sees an opportunity to regain control and fully commits to it. He absorbs a hit, touches off to his partner, who then quickly initiates the breakout sequence, and it's a great execution by the Leafs. They make no mistake and get the puck out of their zone, and McDavid has to start all over again to regain offensive possession. So that's our game plan. Stay on top of him, slow his speed through the neutral zone, and limit his offensive puck touches.
Remember that meme of McDavid at the airport with like the 2 Asian parents?
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Like we need to go 2-on-1.
Yeah, make him uncomfortable.
And we need to get tight. We need to get hip to hip, and then we gotta take away his space.
Thanks for checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing for more content, as it is my goal to create the best hockey videos on the internet. Also, huge thank you to Jack Hahn for taking the time to be a part of this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to his Hockey Tactics newsletter down in the description below, as it's an incredible resource from a former AHL assistant coach of the Toronto Marlies and hockey operations assistant to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say, so until next time, see ya.